Sejuin. Oh mein Gott, ich wusste es.
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
Oha.
Please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
Krass.
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted.
Ich bin froh, dass ich mir das schon dachte. Diese Bücher waren halt viel zu weird gerade, ne?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin.
Was für ein Charakter. Krass.
Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill.
Okay.
Lyney, wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
Hol Lyney ein. Das heißt, wir machen den hier.
He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
Office? Hier irgendwo? Hier drin dann wahrscheinlich, oder? Übrigens, Heyhoo und willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Genshin Impact. Buch 5 Hydro. Ich hab vergessen, ich habe gar nicht damit angefangen.
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Oh.
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
Ist so hell.
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether.
Okay, was willst du damit sagen?
Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette.
Ernsthaft?
As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Childe's escape. You let him go so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Méropide is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
Oh.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Childe's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
Wo ist Fremine?
He's not. What do you really want?
Lyney!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Wo sind Lynette und Fremine?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremenet should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass er so gemein ist.
Fremenet's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Lyney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
Was für Verhandlungen? Was möchtest du von uns?
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Méropide, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed.
Oh.
Mr. Lyney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremenet is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
Was willst du bitte von Alekino?
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Méropide? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Furina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Lyney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
Ich glaube eher nicht, dass die irgendwie gerade in Gefahr sind. Und dass er einfach nur versucht, das zu bekommen, was er will, und die sind irgendwo gerade da in der Nähe. Aber was will er bitte von Alekino, oder wie auch immer man es ausspricht?
Lyney!
Warum musst du das tun?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress.
Ja, okay.
I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5...
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Lyney.
Hä, was passiert denn jetzt?
Wriothesley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Warte, lässt sich denn nicht nochmal darüber reden?
Yeah, listen to the traveler. If you can't talk to Lyney, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Bitte verschone Firmini und Lynette. Auch ich will die beiden retten. Es tut mir wirklich leid. Ich weiß, es ist die Fatui und die kommt hier rein, aber...
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found,
Okay.
I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request.
Ich bin nicht gut in sowas.
Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Man soll sich wahrscheinlich nicht überarbeiten. Kaum zu glauben, dass er nach den Geheimregeln fragt. Ich erinnere mich, dass am 3. Tag, wenn man durchgehend arbeitet, mittags seltsames Fleisch in der Ration vorfinden wird. Zum Glück haben wir diese Angelegenheiten zuvor sorgfältig untersucht. Schauen wir mal, welche Hinweise wir darauf haben. Die Antwort sollte sich darunter befinden. Deswegen die Geheimregeln verstoßen wird in deinem Wohlfahrtsmaße seltsames Fleisch auftauchen. Die Geheimregel der Produktionstrakt trifft... ja, genau. Was passiert, wenn man gegen die Geheimregel der Produktion verstößt? Man bekommt dieses Fleisch. Wer wird es mit seinen eigenen Augen sehen, wenn du kontinuierlich arbeitest?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sijuin be doing during that time?
Gucken, wer arbeitet?
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, we often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
Das brauchen wir jetzt erstmal nicht.
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, according to Collins, the Pancration tournament,
okay,
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could
Unter welchen Umständen taucht das seltsame Fleisch auf? Was passiert, wenn seltsames Fleisch taucht auf? Genau.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sijuin be doing during that time? We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the...
Machen wir mal so. Und hier unter welchen Umständen taucht das seltsame auf?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half...
Warum sieht das seltsame Fleisch so aus?
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange and alien to humans.
Vielleicht das? Ja! Oh Gott, zum Glück.
Ah, so that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. Who would have guessed?
Das heißt, sie sieht die ganze... Das heißt, die Geheimregel ist nicht, dass mit dir irgendwas Schlimmes passiert, sondern du arbeitest dich praktisch kaputt und deswegen solltest du dann eine gute Mahlzeit haben, oder nicht?
The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Sijuin, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijuin visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sigewinne has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However,
Sie ist aber trotzdem irgendwie creepy, ich weiß nicht.
unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sigewinne's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. Alright, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Vielleicht, wenn man damit einfach nur Geld verliert? Sollte man nicht gleichzeitig Verlosungskarten der beiden gegeneinander antretenden Pankratistiasten kaufen, erhält man am darauffolgenden Morgen ein Paket mit einer seltsamen, blutähnlichen Flüssigkeit. Hierzu haben wir eine Menge Ermittlungen angestellt. Versuchen wir also anhand der uns vorliegenden Hinweise die Wahrheit herauszufinden. Was passiert, wenn man die Geheimregel... Ja, man kriegt diese neue Fonta. Wer hat das Paket mit einer seltsamen blutroten Flüssigkeit geschickt?
Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the...
Warum sieht sie so aus?
The research notes said that the Melusine... We often see Miss Sigewinne absorbing the... The research notes said that the Melusine race...
Vielleicht wirklich deswegen? Warum erhalten diejenigen das Paket, die gleichzeitig...
The company must want a return on their
Ich
investment
glaube,
as well.
das stimmt nicht, aber ich wähle das mal aus. Okay, nur das... Ah, wow, alle drei waren falsch. Wer hat das Paket mit Sitzblutung geschickt? Ja, die Fonta.
3:28 Uhr nachts.
The Fonta promoter has been According to Collins, the Pancration...
So.
Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it. I've been told that the infirmary is... The Fonta promoter has been struggling
So. Ja. Oh Gott, Alter. Wir sind bei 20 Minuten. Oh nein. Aber jetzt muss wahrscheinlich geschnitten werden, so viel wie ich glaube, überlegt habe.
Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of.
Weil ich nicht weiß, wie lange ich jetzt wirklich gebraucht habe, beende ich mal die Folge an dieser Stelle. Ob wir die anderen zwei Fragen jetzt richtig gelöst kriegen oder nicht, sehen wir dann in der nächsten Folge. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet viel Spaß beim Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.